Hi, everybody. This is David.agrinsonis here in Warrensville Heights, Ohio. I do believe in having multiple streams of income. I'm currently an actor, a public utility broker, an insurance agent, and I have managed property as being a landlord, and I still work for a major company as a W 2 employee in Southern Ohio. I have a question for you. Are you looking for another source of income, something you could do out of your home? If so, I'd like to share something with you. Please watch this.
So how's it going, everybody? Sorry about that. I didn't realize I was muted. So hope everybody is doing well tonight. And I'm really excited about this presentation. And what I like to do every night, I like to mix it up just a little bit. I don't like to share the same message over and over again, at least not exactly the same. And with our network, it allows me to do that because really there's just so many aspects. There's so many verticals. There's so many things constantly being added to our network. It's great because I always feel like we can share new information. So right now, obviously we have the global mall. We'll talk about that, things of that sort. And the bank is coming very shortly. And just a lot of things are happening right now that are really, really exciting. And I wish I could share everything I knew, but I can't. But what I can say is this. We are about to launch more stores in the global mall and looking at other countries, looking at all sorts of different things to expand our market and to expand our membership so we can attract even more companies and more businesses and more discounts and things of that sort. I had a conversation with somebody earlier today and I was just telling her, I said, look, this is simple. I save money for a living and I share savings and I get paid because of it. And she got it within maybe a minute or two in the conversation. She said, like a rev share program, right? I said, exactly. So we're sharing revenue with large companies as opposed to competing against them. I said, it's so flippin' cool because we don't have to feel like we have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to compete. We can just sit there and direct people to items that they spend money on anyway. I don't know if everybody has seen the global mall yet. If you're new and you're listening to this for the first time, have whoever shared this opportunity with you show you their global mall and show you so many of their savings and just all the items that you can save on without having to come up with thousands and thousands of dollars in marketing budgets and things of that sort. Stop competing against these guys. I can tell you something, and my special guest tonight, Teresa, again, she was on Saturday. It's awesome. So, Teresa, if you unmute yourself, that'll be great. So, we're going to talk back and forth a lot during this presentation tonight. But while many of these companies that continue to earn more money, right now we have people in this country wondering where their next paycheck's going to come from. And that is just terribly sad to me. I can't stand that. One thing I've always hated is to see people struggle financially. It is a pet peeve of mine. More so than that, I just don't think anybody should be an adult and have to worry about money all the time. I hate it because there's enough stuff to stress about, not just money. There's personal things, there's health issues, and when you can become financially independent and you don't have to worry about the job and all that kind of stuff, your life does change, and it changes in a big way. And when we go through this tonight, you'll see that there's two types of people, and we'll talk about that. There's consumers and there's merchants. Merchants make money. Merchants are also consumers, but merchants make money on consumers every minute of every day. And there's thousands, if not millions, of merchants out there that make money on consumers. And consumers, a lot of them want to become merchants, but it's an uphill climb until now, until there's finally an opportunity to share revenue with large merchants in a big way, on a large scale, not just as a regular affiliate that you've seen in the past. That's what I love about our network. It gives everybody a fighting chance, because reality check, I have sold to big companies in the past. I have met with CEOs, I've met with CFOs, I have met with all sorts of business owners, I've done consulting, all these things. And it's always about the bottom line. It's always about market share. They don't know every one of their customers by their first name. They just don't. They're too big. But what they do know is how much money they spend. And what they do know is how to exploit their spending habits to market to them. They're very, very good at that. They have floors of people, consultants, attorneys, salespeople that go out there and bring in market share. So to compete with that and to open up your own store or whether it's a brick and mortar, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's a little bit of both, that is tough sledding. And I'm going to go through the real numbers tonight, and I'm going to give you a solution for the problem. One thing I like to do is I like to present what is problematic. I like to present problems, and I like to present solutions for those problems. That's what I love about our network. It is a solution for many problems, and it helps the little guy get into the game and to be able to compete and share revenue with the big guys. Because I'm tired of watching people have doubt, fear, skepticism, all of that kind of stuff. It's so much better when you have joy and elation and freedom, and the sense of pride and the sense of accomplishment, to me, are the two biggest things that a human being can accomplish. Whether it's financial, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, whatever it may be. Just that sense of accomplishment, the sense of freedom is so important for people to find that. So a lot of us don't have it, and it's very, very sad. So let's talk about a little bit about the consumers and the merchants and the problems and the solutions. So one of the problems, let's talk about a typical network marketing company. The problem in network marketing, and it's been around for a long, long time, and I'm not bashing other companies. You've never heard me name another company name ever, nor would I ever do it. Some of the companies I like, some of the products. What I have not ever liked is the price point of many of the products. And I'm not the only one. I have had this conversation with numerous people through the years. And one of the biggest killers in network marketing as a whole is the price point. It's asking a person to go out and sell item XYZ for this price when someone else can go get item XYZ for a much smaller price somewhere else. That is hard. And what that does is it creates a lot of attrition, the lack of retention, because you cannot expect the consumer, which is also your downline, your member, whatever you want to call him or her, you cannot expect him or her to spend that kind of money every month on a product that he or she can go purchase somewhere else. Because if it takes them, say, 6 months to build a team or a year to build a team or whatever it may be, they're spending $200 a month and they're only receiving value of maybe $25 a month, $50 a month, whatever it may be, and there's arguments all over the place. You can't expect them to stick around, and guess what? They don't. The average person falls out in 87 days. That's just the facts. That's how it works. And because of that, it makes it very, very difficult. So that is a problem. The solution for that problem is simple. Give people a better value. If I am a consumer and I am purchasing an item or a service or whatever it may be, I am a shopper. I am a consumer. And if I want a business, that's great. But I want good value for my business. For the money I'm spending, I want to make sure that I'm making a good decision. I'm getting a decent deal, because there's a consumer in all of us. So what happens when we offer somebody, or a lot of people, the masses, discounted, exclusive discounted pricing for not one item, well, not two items, but thousands and thousands of items that he or she may buy anyway as a consumer. Then on top of that, go back to that consumer and say, oh, and by the way, you can create this into a business just by referring people into this network. And by referring people in this network, now we can go out and get even better discounts and better exclusives. So you can save more money and you can offer your customers, your team members, higher savings, more savings, which increases your retention. It all works out. It's like a big circle. And you're giving them a great deal. That's what people need right now, is a great deal. And this is on mortgages, this is on autos, on cars, on prescriptions, medications, on travel, on dining, thousands of items at our global mall, over 100 new stores coming in the next 90 to 120 days. It is absolutely amazing. And when people see this for what it is, they realize, holy cow, this is different. This is unique. Because a lot of savings programs I've seen in the past, it's limited what you can save on. You have to go here, you got to go there, you got to go there, there. And you don't have as many items. You don't have as many industries all rolled into one. I mean, just the travel industry by itself is massive. Then you add auto and mortgages. Are you kidding me? It just keeps getting better and better. And then again, dining and shopping online, the e-commerce, it is sensational. So we're going to talk a little bit tonight, the versus this versus that, our contestants. Let's make it fun. What are you offering your customers? Are you offering that bottle of juice for $50 a bottle? Because you usually get about 4. It's about $200 a month or $100. Let's say even $100 a month. Whatever it may be. It's different across the board. Or are you offering them exclusive discounts on a global e-commerce platform? On top of that, discounts on concierge services, which are professional shoppers that go find you the best deal and offer them to you and your team. And you get paid on all of these items. People save money, you get paid. You get cash back in your commissions. That is absolutely incredible. Cashbacks because I saved on a pair of shoes or a couch, or I saved on a car, or I saved on a medication, or I saved on whatever it may be. You get paid. And you didn't have to sell a darn thing. You just shared savings with somebody else, which we do every single day. Think about how many members belong to Costco. Why do they go to Costco? They get bulk. They get better pricing. They pay, $50, $60 a year, whatever it may be, and they receive discounts. What they're not receiving is commission every time they send somebody else to Costco. How amazing would it be if they did receive commissions every time they sent someone to Costco? And I'll tell you why we're much better than Costco, and it's not just that. We have more items. We have numerous stores. Check it out. Go back and ask the person who sent you to this call to show you all those different stores. And they just keep coming and coming and coming, and it's going to get to the point of ridiculous. So just imagine for one moment, and I'll pull Teresa on this call because she's had 20 years experience in retail. She's had 2 e-commerce stores. I've had 1. I worked in retail years ago in the jewelry business as well. I can tell you something right now. If you go into retail, you go into e-commerce, plan on spending a lot more than $50 a month to run your business. Plan on spending a lot more than 8 hours a day to service your business. Plan on it. Your business ends up owning you because you are customer support, you are the shipper, or you pay additional drop shipping fees. You've got to go line up the relationships with each and every one of your wholesalers, your merchants, vendors, whatever you want to call them. You've got to come up with your pricing. You've got to build your e-commerce site. You've got to pay monthly for that e-commerce site. And then the hardest of them all, you have to compete against the people doing the same thing at a much higher level with a lot healthier marketing budget and brand name that you're competing against. Now I can hear the argument, okay, great. What if I resell for so-and-so? I say, okay, fantastic, but you still have to get your name out there. So say, let's just throw a name out there. I don't know, let's say Nike, for example. I'm also going to resell for Nike. I'm going to become an affiliate. Wonderful. You still need to get your message out there. They still need to find you online, which means you need to pay for search engine optimization, pay-per-click, whatever it may be. I used to sell network or internet marketing. I know it very, very well. It's expensive. Then you still have to, again, pay. Typically, if you're reselling for another big merchant or whatever it may be, you've got to pay drop shipping fees, which is an additional cost to you, which means what? You typically need to raise your pricing because you've got to make up for those margins somewhere. And so it happens a lot. Unless you have a niche product, you invented something, or you've got some kind of solution for a problem, it is very, very difficult to go resell stuff that already exists, that's already out there in the market, because you are competing against the big guys, the Goliaths of the world. It's tough. So what makes this so unique? You're not going up that, you're not having that uphill battle. You don't have to warehouse, you don't have to have any of that stuff. Companies are coming to us because we have a window here. We have an opportunity here. The best thing that happened for us, little guy, is Amazon. I'll explain why. Amazon is destroying a lot of these retailers online. So these retailers need to do what? They need to move more product. They're competing against them now. Now they're the new kid on the block. They're the Goliath. So now we as David's over here competing against these other stores. Well, now we're teaming up with these other stores. They're like, wait a second. We need you, little guy, because you're our consumer and we need your network so you can go out and give us word of mouth marketing, and we're going to share our revenue with you because we're in that. At this point, we need to do that to compete against our Goliath. These guys used to be the Goliaths. Now they're thinking, what in the world happened? So as you guys read, I'm going to invite you guys to kind of read through the slide. I'm going to pull Teresa on really quick, and we're going to have a little conversation about this stuff. And I want you guys to really, really see. One thing I do is I share facts. I'm very real. I don't blow smoke. I don't do that kind of thing because this opportunity is so incredible. People are making money within days, some weeks, some months, whatever, but they're not spending thousands of dollars a month on marketing and all these headaches and things that come with a traditional e-commerce or even MLM. They're not having as many of those headaches. That's what I absolutely love about this program. So really quick, Teresa, are you there?
I am.
Awesome. So first of all, before I ask you any questions, give just a short background of yourself, what you've done, and kind of share your 2 cents as far as what I've covered so far, and then we'll just kind of go back and forth.
Sure. Thanks, John. But prior to that, I had 20 years retail experience in a pharmaceutical chain. And just recently, this past year, I owned 2 e-commerce stores, like John mentioned. And, you know, it was tough. It was tougher than I ever could have imagined. You know, after one failed, we thought, a friend of mine and I thought we could launch one as a partnership. And we went in together. We spent a good $3,500 and had a store built for us. I also got an LLC out of Texas, and that costed about $500. We had a huge advertising budget and drop shipping was enormous charge. It was just one thing after the other, and you can't even imagine all the expense that was involved in something that we thought was going to make us money.
Yeah, I almost hate to say it. I can't imagine because I've had an e-commerce store as well. So anybody who's done it, it is. So tell me what your typical day was like running an e-commerce store.
Ooh. Well, something that I didn't mention earlier was that we were drop shipping out of China. And we did that because the product was cheap there and it was affordable for us to drop ship, and it was cheaper than doing anything from the US. But what we were finding was that shipping time was ridiculous, where your Amazons could get their products via Prime in 2 days. We were taking 2-3 weeks to get our customers their products, and they were kind of freaking out. And we were the customer service, so they were coming to us saying, "Where's our products? Where's our, where's this, that, and the other that we ordered?" And we had to come up with, I call them. We had to be creative in our way to answer them, because we didn't want to say, "Hey, we're waiting on China to send your products," So you had to, as the middleman, you're in a predicament. You don't want to lose that customer, and you don't want a one and done. You don't want them to just bolt away after your one sale. You want to continuously have them over and over, and that was difficult.
No, yeah, and you're 100% right. And here's a question I've got for you. When it takes them that long to ship, are they upset at China or are they upset at you?
No, they're absolutely upset at us, because they don't even know China's involved. And we never let that cat out of the bag. We just would, like I said, we came up with creative things to tell them as to why their product was taking so long.
Right, and here's the sad fact: nor do they care. They don't care if somebody else is involved. What they care about, hey, I ordered this item at X day, and it's been this many days, and I still don't have said item, and I could have ordered the same item for similar pricing over here and had it 3 times faster. That's what they care about.
Absolutely.
They're the consumer. And what's interesting, if I ask you this question, I already know the answer, but this is for everybody to hear. Why did you have to ship out of China versus shipping out of the US?
Well, to ship out of the US was really, really hard. I knew people that did it, but they had warehouses. We didn't have anything like that. So we used drop shipping out of China, where they could just send the product. We would pay a drop shipping fee, which was pretty astronomical, when you add it up, for several customers. And it was, it was a cheaper way to go, but it was also, it puts you in a bind too.
Exactly. And so, and some of the points you made as we read through this chart right here, and I wrote this before I even reached out to Teresa, and I'm sure when you're reading this, you see this, you're probably shaking your head. Yes, yes, yes. And you mentioned one word, warehousing. If you are going to create your own store, to be able to ship correctly or to quickly without paying all the drop shipping fees and stuff, yeah, you need to warehouse your product. Because I'll tell you why. You can go to any of these places, and I've done it. And so during the interview process, these are some of the questions they would ask me. John, how many items do you think you can sell on a daily basis, weekly, monthly basis? That's what they would always ask me. And I said, gee, I don't know, because I was new. I had no idea. And so after a couple of months went by, I had a little better idea. I can sell 10 of these statues a week. I can sell 20 of these a month, and this and that. And if you don't reach a certain threshold, your price point is higher, because they'll say, well, we also, these are manufacturers, they're selling to large chains. They're selling to big stores that have a huge presence. Well, they come back to me with this. Well, so-and-so sells 10,000 plus of these a month, where you're selling 20 a month. So they're going to get this pricing and you're going to get that pricing, which means what? I need to raise the price for my item to make up for my cost, my hard cost for that item, which means I am no longer competitive, which is why you and many other people have to go outsource out of the country, and it creates issues with shipping times and all sorts of things like that. It happens this is the kind of stuff people don't think about until they've done it. And every single manufacturer, every place, they say the same thing. And I'll tell you another nightmare story I had. I went, and part of the stuff I sold sci-fi, horror, anime, and whatever it was. And I sold books. And I had the two largest places, I won't name their names, and they're great, but you have to worry about their system. So what would happen is the sites, there's called API, the sites talk to each other. And I'll tell you what this means. It would show that I had X amount of books on file to sell. Well, it would update every 30 minutes. So here comes Christmas, and all of a sudden I get about 150 something orders for this book. And I'm all excited thinking, oh, this is great. Well, guess what? The place, they ran out of books. But I was selling on Amazon, so now I'm selling all of these books thinking, wow, everybody's coming to me. This is amazing. I must have a good price, whatever it may be. Well, they came to me because everybody else was out of the book, and my system didn't update for 30 minutes. So it said I had them in stock, and guess what? The place that drop shipped them for me did not have them in stock. So do you know what I had to do? I had to go and purchase books try to find them anywhere I could, buy them at retail to turn around and have them shipped to the customers. And I was ordering bulk orders of books. And then honestly, this is what happened. Barnes and Noble called me. They didn't email me, they called me. Hello, can I speak with John? This is him. Are you ordering these books for friends and family? Because you're ordering a lot of books. Are you sure that these are going to people you know? Or did you run out of books? I mean, they asked me this, and guess what? They canceled the order on me because I'm their competitor. And so they saw that I was shipping all these books all over the country and I was losing money on this thing because I had to pay retail and ship it. So it was more than my cost. These are the kind of things people don't see every day. They don't hear this kind of stuff. And there's a big learning curve. And the point is this. It's a lot harder than meets the eye. So what we're offering you is a solution to all of these headaches. No drop shipping, no warehousing, no crazy overhead every month, no site to build it. You can eliminate a lot of those fees by entering the best of the network marketing world. What makes network marketing great? If it wasn't for the higher prices, it's the word of mouth marketing, the word of mouth advertising from your team members sharing their testimonials because they received something that they didn't have to pay as much for. They received a discount on it, and you're getting free word of mouth marketing versus thousands of dollars a month in search engine optimization, pay-per-click, and everything else that you're spending money on. For $50 a month, that's your total overhead. You get all of the stuff, and it's being shipped for you from their warehouses. You're not paying drop shipping fees because they've partnered with us. All we're doing is referring people into the network, so you don't have all of those headaches. They go direct. When I ordered my shoes the other day through my website, I went straight to Shoe Carnival. But our website, because I went through our back office, guess what? Shoe Carnival knows, because of the programming, they partnered with us. So I receive a discount. I also receive cash back in the form of commission, and so do 10 other people. So you will get paid on all of these items without all of these headaches, without all of this crazy overhead. So tell me how that's typical to another MLM. It's not. It's not. This is literally a hybrid. You've got affiliate marketing meets MLM. The worst part of MLM, the overpricing. The best part of MLM, the team. The worst part of e-commerce is, well, the drop shipping, the warehousing, the monthly fees. Take all that out. And what do you have? You've got rNetwork. You have an affiliate program on steroids. Literally. I call it the rNetwork difference, because now I can go out and I can get charter members, and we're going to go through the compensation plan in here, and it's phenomenal. I can sign up a bunch of free fans, customers, and offer these customers discounts without having to outsource everywhere else and deal with the same headaches that you dealt with. So back to you, Teresa, really quick. Have I said anything on this call whatsoever that you believe, from having 20 years experience in retail and have had 2 e-commerce stores, have I said anything that is inaccurate?
Absolutely spot on. I mean, you couldn't have said it better. You know, something you mentioned this afternoon on your call that I thought was spectacular about the fans and the bank. That's a good thing that you should bring up in this call, about how the fans they have to access the bank to get their commissions.
Yep, absolutely. That's one thing. When we have a bank coming too, and once the bank comes, they need to create a place to pay the cash back to the fans. That's going to be in our discounted banking account. So think about that for a moment. We have a bank, we have free customers, they go, they purchase an item, and right now they're just going to take their cash back and they're going to store it and be ready. So when the bank launches, guess where they get their cash back? Into their bank accounts, deposited right into their accounts. That gives them incentive to open what? To open a bank account. That gives them, and then guess what they're going to receive with that bank account? They're going to receive a debit card. And every time they swipe that debit card, guess who gets paid? You get paid. Well, what if they use that debit card and then they purchase an item at one of our many, many different places that offer them discounts? You get paid twice. And you only pay $50 a month for all of this. It's absolutely incredible what you're getting. The value proposition that you get in rNetwork is unheard of. So instead of competing against Shoe Carnival, BAM, Columbia, GoPro, AliExpress, Overstock's great. You already get good pricing. Now you get better pricing and cash back. TurboTax, Vitamix, Staples, VRBO, which is phenomenal when it comes to vacation rentals. Oh my goodness, check them out. If you've never used them, check them out. You get even better deals. Somebody saves on a vacation house, I get a commission and they get savings. Win-win. VRBO wins because they have a new customer. I win because I get a commission, and my customer wins because they got a discount. They didn't have to buy an overpriced product. So it's hard for me to poke holes in this as far as where's the downside. And then now we've got Touch of Modern, Invisible Shield, all these other places, Budget Pet Care. Who doesn't love their pets? People spend, and all of these places, I mean, they make millions and millions of dollars a year retailing. These are trusted products. We get to share revenue with these guys. And look at all these other places, Jordan. And then on top of all of these other places coming in, and look at it, April 2nd, I mean, you're talking a week or two away. More and more places constantly being added. Over 100 additional stores being added in 2020. If I went on there and I tried to become an affiliate for hundreds of stores, I'd have to sign them up one at a time. And going back to those questions, John, how many of our products can you sell? What are you going to be able to price them at? Because you can't compete with this other place selling a lot more of these items. I mean, go into some of these places, walk into a Walmart, walk into a major retailer and see how many of the places sell some of this stuff on their shelves. I'm competing against that. Are you kidding me? Or online when they sell some of these items at their stores and things of that sort. I don't want to compete against that. Not as a little guy. But I would absolutely love to receive discounts and be paid when I offer those discounts. I would love, I know I would love that because I do love that because that's what's happening right now. That's why I do this full time. There's no way I'd go back to the old way. Not a clue. And here's how it works. Simple. This is what I'm talking about, the power and the good part about network marketing. I can come in and anybody can afford to do this business. Why? Because it's $50. They get 3 people. What are they asking them to do? Get discounts on any of these thousands of items. Get a discount. And guess what? Now we will pay you $56 a month back because you referred 3 people to this network. So I don't just make my $50, I make $56 back. If I do it in 7 days, I get $125, mind you, which is even better. But say I don't do it in 7 days, that's fine. I can make up the $50 in the savings alone. I said it earlier on the call, I saved $278 my first week before we had the global mall, before we had the concierge services. That was just on our perks and travel. That was it. $278 my first week. Now I'm saving all sorts of money. It's incredible. So I'm happy as heck as a consumer. Of course I'm going to go out and share this with people. Then I'm going to get a free business. And guess what? They share with 3. They share. Now the 3 doesn't sound so bad anymore, does it? It used to be, well, go get 3 people on your juice. Go get 3 people on your pill. That's harder. That does sound kind of rough. But we're saying go get 3 people to save money. That sounds a lot better, and it's a lot more reasonable, and that's why this thing's growing as fast as it is growing. I can tell you right now, our team, my little team here, we surpassed over 11,000 people just the other day. I didn't bring in close to 11,000 people, maybe 80 something, 90 people, whatever it may be. But we're over 11,000 people, and I get to get paid on all of these people. And the cool thing is, before they even buy anything, because they're paying $50 our membership fee, I make $2 a month on everybody. On everybody, before they buy anything. So what am I essentially doing? I'm actually creating my own business center. I've got my e-commerce store. Do I not? I have an e-commerce store. And I don't have to pay for squat other than $50. That's all I'm paying for. And I'm stacking commissions because guess what? I get $2 a month off this subscription. Okay, great. What if somebody saves money on a mobile phone? What if they save money on a car? What if they save money on any of the thousands and thousands of products? Another product. Now what if I'm making $7.40 per month per member? So what if I have not even 11,000 members? What if I have 1,000 members? And I'm making $7,400 a month. And I'm spending $50. Teresa, I'm going to go back to you. Do you see this in a typical e-commerce or MLM? Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Never, not even close. No, sir.
This
is one of a kind.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It really is. For those who have been in those businesses, this is, if you want a business opportunity, it's right here. It's staring you right in the face. Stack those commissions. And guess what? We just had a meeting today. We're opening up more and more countries. Do you know what that means? We have more and more product sales. More and more people saving money, boom, you get paid. Now what if you're making $12 per month per member? I can tell you right now, that is phenomenal. And the cool thing about it is too, go out and get 10 people and not just 3. 3 people, what will 3 people do? It does 2 things for you. It makes it free, and it also unlocks all the levels of our compensation plan. When has anyone ever heard of 3 people unlocking all the levels of a compensation plan? That's unheard of. That is absolutely unheard of. But even better, go get 10 people, and now you get paid on a team of 11,000 that I have. When 11,000 people save money online, you get paid because you have 10 active people that you personally brought into this network. So even if your team has 20 people in it, 30 people in it, you can get paid on 11,000 plus people. Oh, but guess what? I didn't mention the other team who has a team just as big. So now you maybe get paid on over 20,000 people and growing daily because you brought in 10 people. And you asked 10 people to save money. That's what this is. I don't know of anything even remotely close to this. Not even close. A business center, full e-commerce, fully serviced for you, where you share revenue with people you normally compete against. Absolutely incredible. So those global bonus pools, we just talked about them a little bit. Go get 10 people and get into a global bonus pool. Help them get 3 and go into the next bonus pool. Because anybody who becomes a founder, 25% of what typically pays upline is evenly distributed into these 3 pools. So it's easy to see what's happening here. You help build the network and they pay you handsomely for it, on top of what you're already saving, on top of what you're already making. So my question to you, Teresa, is this: where's the risk with this?
There is absolutely zero risk. I mean, anybody who has half a brain can see the difference between the struggle that I had and what our network offers.
It's incredible. Like I said, I keep saying the word incredible because it is. If I don't save $50 a month, I didn't search very hard, did I? Because there's a lot of ways to save money, and on items I buy anyway. I mean, from couches to shoes to home and garden to, I mean, gosh, Staples. At Staples has all sorts of different things, office stuff, and I mean, just everywhere from rentals, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we've got it, and we keep adding more and more stuff to this. The security's coming, other things are coming. Pharmacy's coming, discounted pharmacy. You're going to be able to save $50 if you make any effort at all. That's what's so amazing about this. Then on top of it, our bank, my goodness, discounted banking. Who wouldn't like discounted banking? Gosh, and getting paid every time somebody swipes their debit card, like we mentioned before. That's just a perk. That's another feather in our cap, because we invited people to our virtual e-commerce store. And think about, almost in a sense, that you have your own car dealership. You have your own mortgage company, because you're referring them to mortgage professionals who are licensed. They go out, they get a mortgage. Guess what? They get discounts on their origination fees. I worked mortgages for a couple of years. I'm very familiar with how they work. I'm not closing these loans. I'm just referring people to go get a good deal. Go find a good deal. If they can give you a great deal, and even if you get the same interest rate with them as you have, but you save $1,000, $1,500, whatever it may be on your origination fees, that's a better deal. And part of that money goes into those pools. I don't have to service this. I don't have to be a slave to my business. My business doesn't own me anymore, but I'm getting all the perks, including the savings of having my own business without having to run my own business every single day, be the customer support, and go through all of those nightmares. That's what's amazing. And even with all of this, you're still going to have people that just don't get it, because people need to learn to think differently. They need to think like entrepreneurs. I saved $4,700 on my car versus what I would have paid at CarMax. I'm not bashing CarMax. I think it's an amazing, wonderful company. I love them, love them, love them. I bought a lot of cars through them. I wanted more only because I'm getting a better deal through our network, but the same car, $4,700 less. It takes about every 11 years somebody purchases a car. It would take me almost 8 years to make up for that $50 a month. I'd have to pay $50 a month for almost 8 years to make up for that $4,700. And there's two different mindsets. Someone who's not an entrepreneur, they'll say, well, yeah, but it's 11 years. So, I mean, yeah, that's a cool discount, great and everything. $4,700, that's cool. Do you know what I, as an entrepreneur, say? I just broke even for the next 8 years in my business before I did anything else. I just bought myself 8 years of being in business because I saved $4,700. Now I'm good for the next 8 years. I have a free business. That's how I look at it. Where the average business takes about 3 years to profit, many people are doing it in our network in 7 days if they go out and invite people in. And to invite them in, show them savings, show them how to save money, show them the benefit as a consumer, then teach them how to become the business builder afterwards if you need to. However you need to do it. Or some people are already business builders, they see this and think, oh my goodness, this is incredible. Of course I want to do this. And I can tell you right now that your mindset matters. I have 4 brothers, and I'm the only one who did not graduate from college. The only one. And I'm not saying that is, say, oh my gosh, John, you're not smart. You didn't go to college. No, I went to college. I went to college for 2 years. I just left. Why did I leave? Because I wanted to make money. That's why I left. Now, I'm not bashing college. I'm not saying that. There are certain things if you need a degree for to do certain things, doctors, attorneys, CPAs also. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to go to college. But I'm saying as an entrepreneur, I decided, you know what? No, I'm going to do it. I do have an education. I do have a degree. I have a degree in the College of Fort Knox. But I can tell you this, I've out-earned every single one of my brothers. All of them. Some of them have master's degrees. One of them has a master's degree in finance. I've out-earned them. Why? Because my mindset. I refused to work for somebody forever. I refused to be another stat, to be another number. My mindset was, I always believed this, I would rather own the school than be a student there. I would rather be that merchant and not just a consumer. We all have brains, we all have minds, we all have different vision and passion and ambition and whatever it may be. And for those people that can recognize opportunities like this and take full action and go in there and just really maximize opportunities like this, the world's the limit for you. And if it takes you a little while to make a lot of money, it's okay. It's okay. I post a lot of things in our groups, and one of my newer guys that I have been posting recently, he said it took him 13 years to get his big break. 13 years. Now he's a billionaire. He said the biggest issue people give up too soon. He'll ask people, how long you been doing that business and you're quitting? Well, 3-4 months. He'll just shake his head. What? 3-4 months? Are you kidding? Then you've never done a business. The first year doesn't even count. The first year you're learning, you're developing, you're becoming better. I always take the first year and just throw it out. If you're not working in business for at least a couple of years, you're not working in business. Because it takes a while to learn everything. You got to get better. But the cool thing about what we've done, we've taken a lot of the guesswork out. And now we invite people to come onto our team, and what do? We train them. We train them to be better. We do all sorts of training. We offer a lot of support. And it's not just our team, it's corporate. They offer tremendous support. So here's another thing. Rich guy, poor guy. Average person, business professional. What does $50 a month get you for an average person? Dinner and a movie. What does it give to an entrepreneur? An opportunity for financial freedom. It's a mindset. It's a decision you make every single morning. When you wake up, you make that decision over and over again. Will I be successful? Because now what is $50 a month getting you? Not just potential financial freedom, brand name retail partners, multiple discounts, word of mouth marketing, that's free. Concierge services, discounted banking, team and free customers. Education, we can throw education, support, all that on top of. What does $50 a month get you now? When you think about what you've got in front of you in our network, so only one question is, what are you going to choose? Because it's your choice. Do you want to take advantage? Do you want to be financially free? Or do you want to be the guy that makes the excuse now? Because if you are, you'll be the same guy that makes that same excuse 5 years later. I've seen it over and over and over again. The person who complains the most now makes the least, and they will be complaining in 5 years from now. Because they're looking for excuses why they can't do something. They're poking holes that aren't even there. They're in their head, they're in their mind. We are offering you to literally share revenue with proven multi-million and some billion-dollar companies, billion and trillion-dollar industries. It's proven. These guys are there. They're big. They're opening their wallets to you. They're opening this. They're handing you this opportunity. What will you do with it? Don't be the excuse guy now, because I don't want to hear those same excuses being made by the same people 5 years later, and they're still down on their luck. I can tell you, luck doesn't just come. Luck comes from hard work. and from making decisions. One of the best things my brother told me years ago, I was in my early 20s, and he looked at me and said, John, the world owes you absolutely nothing. It does not owe you anything. If you want something, you get off your butt and you go get it. I have lived by that principle my entire adult life. If I want something, I get up and I get it. And I've been successful because of that. Refuse to lose. Learn to see a great opportunity and then maximize that opportunity, and your life will be better. And it may take some people more time than others, because we're all at different skill sets, we're all at different levels. That's okay. That's okay. Because if you fail a little bit at first, failure is a good thing, because it makes you realize who you are. How much fight do you have in you? How much better can you become because of failure? If you don't fail, you're not trying. Failure's not bad. It's good. I can tell you what I would hate to see. I would hate to see somebody turn 90 years old and live with regret because they didn't fail enough. They didn't try enough. And they're sitting there thinking, man, if only I had tried this or done this or done that and learned from it and gotten better, I may have found success, and I may have been able to save and leave more for my family and my whatever. Regret is worse than failure, and you will not have success until you failed. You won't. It's just the truth. So I'm inviting everybody to come in, have success, have failures, join the roller coaster. It's a fun ride. It is a fun ride. But I can tell you right now, if you get on this ride and you bust your butt on this ride, and all this stuff just keeps rolling out and keeps rolling out, where will you be a year from now, 2-3 years from now, if you do rNetwork versus where will you be if you don't? You don't want to be in the same place. You want to fail a couple times and find that success. That's where you want to be, and I'm inviting you to join the ride to get there. Teresa, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. It's awesome talking to people that have been in e-commerce with me. And so it's like a little brotherhood of e-commerce and things of that sort in retail and networking. A lot of fun. Everybody have a great night. We'll talk soon.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Dave Dove coming to you live. Ready here at my home. We're all quarantined. That's what it's all about. So today I'm coming to you live to answer some questions that I've been getting from several people. And so I thought I would come on here and update you a little bit on some questions that I've been getting about the mall and the cash back and all that kind of stuff. So drop in the comments where you're watching from. Always like to see where everybody's from, that's for sure. And if you do have anything particular question-wise that I don't answer as we go through this, feel free to drop in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer the question so that we can make sure that you have no questions about it. So and how exciting this really is. So the Global Mall. Let's talk about that. So first of all, how exciting is the Global Mall? As far as I'm concerned, it's, I think, just very exciting. I've been talking to a lot of different people that have been purchasing product and having their neighbors purchase product and sharing it with their friends and their family. And I just think it's such an awesome product that we have now brought to you to share rNetwork with those around you. So let's talk a little bit about this. People ask the question about the cash back offers that are given to you from a merchant. Let's talk about the cash back. So cash back, every single purchase has cash back attached to it. They will vary from merchant to merchant as far as the cash back offers. It's hard for us to give you a percentage, a dollar amount, anything like that, because we're going to be adding, I mean, there's more coming here any day now. You're going to see more merchants come on. And so it's hard for us to say we're going to give you X percentage, because they vary from product to product, merchant to merchant. And I'll explain it this way. You could be in shoes right now, Carnival shoes, and get some sort of cash back right now, which you will. You always get some sort of cash back throughout the whole thing. India is not launched yet, so when India launches, that's when you can purchase. So, so what happens is that the cash back works this way. So some merchants are going to have deals going where it's a higher percentage given to you. It might be 1% to 10%. We don't really know, and it's hard to nail down because it can change. Last night I was buying some lamps for our home, and I was on there looking around, and some of them only had 4 hours left to have this particular deal, and it's the same thing with cash back. They run deals that are just kind of like spontaneously giving more cash back for certain products, maybe not even just the whole store. But the whole store, no matter what you order, you'll always get some sort of cash back. Because what we do, you guys, just to help you guys understand, is we take the commission that we receive back from as our contracted amount, and we take a percentage of that and say, okay, this is going to be allotted towards cash back. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. The rest of it's commission, and that takes me to the second question that people have is this going into the TBS? Yes, it is. 100% of it is. In fact, what happens is you'll get cash back, and then you're gonna get some savings, and then we get commission also on top of that. So then we throw that inside the TBS. The way that you get your cash back given to you is through your commissions in your back office. So you're gonna see that. In fact, I just saw a spreadsheet deal that they're putting into the back office for you to break down all of your commissions. So you'll actually start seeing this get broken out into smaller increments for you, so you can kind of see line items. It's not going to line item out every single person in your downline and what they ordered. It's just going to say that you had this much volume from the mall, this much volume from the cell phones, this much volume from mortgages, or whatever, and that's what it's going to show. And I understand that we're just rolling this out, and so we've got about a 30-day window before we get paid anything from the mall, right? So once we get paid, then we'll throw it into the TBS, and it's already ready to go, you guys. All we have to do is continue to add people to the company, and all of that type of stuff. So please explain, how do each company know we are okay? Well, the way that you actually get the discount is you actually have, great question, Yvonne. You have to go through the back office, and when you click on the mall to go to the mall, it's got a URL that's tied to you, and your computer and phone actually it's the way it works is cookies actually attach everything to you. Now those cookies, some of them will last 30 days, some could last 90 days. I have cookies right now that I remember going back into several websites. If you notice that your computer and your phone does this, remembers all of the websites you've ever visited, those are cookies. And so that's why we always have to have you kind of clear your cookies and things if we ever update something on the website, just so you can have a fresh start again with that. So, but I will tell you that I can't tell you the discounts on the mall, because every product is different. We'll be here all day, and I'll list out 100,000 different products. There are no percentages of discounts. It's, guys, all we're doing is we're redirecting you to go through their websites, and their websites will have promotions and things going. So you get the promotion, but you also get the negotiated deal that we've already negotiated with that vendor. So when in the mall, it takes us to other pages. Are we still in our net? Yeah, as long as if you stay within their website, right, and don't leave their website, then I don't know about if you leave their website. If you go off into another completely different website, completely different company, then no. But it's only what's in the mall. So if I'm in and I'm shopping I don't know, let's just pick one, the Carnival shoes, right? And I'm in the shoe store and I click on buying Nike shoes and an ad pops up for Nike from Nike, and I click and I leave, I'm not going to get the discount. And it's also not going to go back into the TBS. The only time it will go back in the TBS is if I go through the mall and I stay inside of Carnival and purchase from Carnival, then I get paid into the TBS and I get the cash back. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. We're always asked, is the cash back for each individual and how much? Again, not to repeat it again, but the cash back amounts vary. Great question, but they vary. It's hard to give you an exact amount. In fact, we can't do that because they change by the minute. Some sites will change cash back percentages throughout the day, depending on what you're purchasing, stuff like that. So it's difficult to do that. But you know you're getting some cash back. It'll always reflect that inside your receipt that you got cash back. And so, but then you'll also see when we get that monies, we then put that into your commissions. So it's all commissionable monies that you should be receiving into your back office, if that makes sense. Okay. So when do we get the cash backs? It's included in the commissions. Already answered that. Each merchant, like I said, is just different, guys, so we can't really give you a specific cashback amount because each merchant's going to have different cashback amounts. So let's move on. So is the percentage of purchasing in the mall going to TBS? Yes. 100% of whatever commission we get, guys, goes into the TBS. There's about a 10% amount that goes into administrative costs and things like that, but yeah, we're very, very, we as a company are not basing our success on this mall, meaning that we're making money from the mall. That's not where we make our money. And so that's the last thing we want to do is make money off the mall. And understand too that the longer we're shopping through this and we start to run enough revenue through this, some of them, Sharon, are going into, some of it, percentage of it's going into the bonus pools, yeah, for sure, but the majority of it's going into the TBS. And can you go into greater detail on purchase made by fans? Yeah, so when a fan purchases, great question, Dale. When a fan purchases from the mall, the way that it works is the fan will actually get cash back. And it goes in, it's actually, right now, it has not been programmed. That's why we're not heavily pushing fans. I'm not heavily pushing fans because it's not been programmed for them to receive their cash back. Once we have the bank here very shortly is when we'll actually give them cash back because we want that to go into their account with us. Sorry, just got a message. So give me 1 second. But I'm going to make this quick, you guys, because I've got some family emergencies I've got to go. The way the fan program will work is that they'll get their cash back and then they will get money deposited into their rNetwork bank account. And so once the bank comes out, that's how that works. But they do get a savings. They do get a savings by buying through the Global Mall. And so there is a purpose for the fan to purchase through the Global Mall for sure. They're definitely, we just want to help coach them to do that and then let them know in the near future as we roll on to the bank that they'll get money deposited into their bank account is what will happen. So, is there a training video going to be done? How to use the rGlobal Mall in the unit section would be helpful. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I could do that in 10 minutes. So I'll try to put one together and definitely that's a great idea, Yvonne. Appreciate the idea there for sure. So hopefully I answered all the questions on that, guys. Like I said, it's very hard to say that it's, you know, it's not a Costco membership where we know you're getting 2% on everything. That's just not how it works because all the vendors vary on their cash back. So I just want to put this to bed to help you understand that, you know, the way that it works is every vendor is going to do their own cash back percentages, and you'll be able to you'll get a cash back on every one. As a charter member, it's going to go into your commissions, and you'll see it in your line items that you've received cash back from all purchases. And then you'll earn on other people's purchases, and it'll show a line item from the mall how much was purchased in your organization over that time frame. So is how it's going to work. So anyway, just want to jump on real quick. I have to run, you guys. I apologize. Just got some news about my.
Hey, this is David.agrinsonis here once again. I'm just doing a quick follow-up with you. By any chance, if you were intrigued by anything you just saw, get back with the person that shared the video with you. Please get back with them. But remember this, Jesus Christ voluntarily gave his life on the cross so you and I can live forever. Believe that. That's most important.